Hi and welcome to Cosmic Consciousness with Cassia. On this channel we discuss all aspects of the ascension process. I have a variety of services that I offer to assist in your awakening journey, and you can find those listed in the description box below. Today we're going to be doing a general reading for the sign of Capricorn. This is going to be for Capricorn Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising signs, as well as for the cross watcher of the Capricorn. And we're just going to be tapping into the energies of November to see what's in store for our Capricorns for November. What is going on with Capricorn in November? What is happening with our Capricorns in the month of Whoa. Okay. So we're going to take the top cards here. And if the other cards want to come out, they tend to stick together. They will. All right, so we have coming out here the Seven of Cups. We have the Seven of Cups with the Two of Cups. And the Sovereign of Coins, which I believe would be the Queen of Pentacles. All right, very interesting here. And so I feel like somebody's being chosen, or somebody's making a choice. Like if you notice in this Seven of Cups card, right? It's like there is, Seven of Cups is typically confusion. But in this card, it's almost like coming out of the confusion, I feel like, right? It's like you have all these cups on the bottom. And then you have the one that's sort of raising up toward the eye, right? Which is the vision, which is the intuition. And so I feel like in the month of November, you receive some intuition, some vision, some understanding that you need in order to make a choice. You're making a choice, or somebody is making a choice surrounding you. And we have the Two of Cups, which is, of course, the card that represents soulmate love and all of that, right? So it's very likely that this is a choice that is being made around love. And you see in this card as well, we have the two hands that are holding the pentacle, but the pentacle looks like a rose. And so we definitely have some beautiful energy coming through as far as that's concerned. It's almost like there was a certain amount of wisdom that was necessary in order to discern and make the decision that needed to be made. And somehow you were able to make that decision. And you feel very stable, like this Queen of Pentacles energy, right? This is like very stable, solid energy. So it's like you feel very solid in your decision. What may have at one point been a challenging, confusing situation, it's like all of a sudden you get the clarity on that. You understand the option that is the best way to move forward. And if this does have to do with the soulmate situation, it doesn't necessarily, like a romantic soulmate situation, it doesn't necessarily mean that you choose them. It may be that there are a bunch of different options of how to proceed with them, and you now understand the best option, the best way to move forward, that is in the highest interest of both parties concerned. And then we have the Hermit. So the Hermit is the card that would signify Virgo energy, right? But this is that internal process. And so I feel as though, however it was that you needed to proceed in this situation, in order to understand that, in order to feel really stable and grounded and secure in whatever your decision was, you had to kind of go within for a little bit. You had to pull yourself back so that you could really evaluate the situation from all different angles and make the choice that was best for you, right? Not the choice that was best for everyone else involved, but the choice that was best for you. And I feel like for you guys, for some of you guys, this was a difficult decision to make because you weren't used to maybe making choices for yourself. You were used to making choices for other people. And so this was a really, really important process for you. Right? A very important process of learning how to how to pull back into your own energy, how to center into your own intuition, to cancel out all that outside noise, and to really decide what was best for you without sort of outside input or influence. I feel like there's been this metamorphosis that has happened for you that has allowed you to step into this, or you are stepping into this Queen of Pentacles type energy, right? This stable, self-sufficient type of energy. And part of that, and that was an awakening. This whole process, whatever you have gone through with this person, right, has really transformed your energy in a really beneficial way. And then we have the Ace of Cups coming out, right? This is a new start in love. And it's with the wings. And so right now I'm feeling that Mercury vibe, that messenger vibe, which is interesting. And then we also have the Sovereign of Swords, which I believe would be the Queen of Swords. And we have the Two of Coins, or the Two of Pentacles. Interesting. So it's sort of like, I feel like if there is a message, if there is a message delivered around love, right? Or the way, almost like the way, whatever it is that you need to say in order to initiate this new phase in your life, like you have that Queen of Swords energy about you. Like it's not necessarily the soft, gentle way that you would typically have a conversation with someone. It's much more blunt. It's much more straightforward. Like you've really learned, as well as centering into your own energy and becoming stable in your own energy, you've also really learned how to be blunt and how to communicate straightforward and tell it like it is, right? And you've learned how to cut things out that weren't serving you. For a long time, I'm feeling this energy of really looking to other people and how, like that nurturing, caretaking kind of vibe, right? And you can still do that, but you've learned how to also really stand up for yourself and stand in your truth and speak and express your truth. And I feel like there's something about that energy that's actually what initiates this new start in love for you, is your ability to do that. Really opens things up. It really helps. Like that's part of the lesson. That's one of the things that you needed to learn. Yeah. And that's what the wings are about. It's that communication. It's about the way that you communicate, what it is that you think and what it is that you feel. Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely something being presented. I mean, we've got just the cup, the single cup that keeps coming up, and then the two cups crossed, right? So that's really interesting. And then the Two of Coins here. And we got the Tower lurking on the bottom of the deck here. We'll see if that comes out though. So the Two of Coins. So this is like balance, right? So we've got two twos coming up as well. So there's that theme of balance, there's that theme of choice. And in this card we see the Diamond and the Tooth. And so this is like wisdom, right? Wisdom and enlightenment. I believe. That's what I'm feeling it as. So like really balancing and tying those two things together, it feels like. In this card, it really, that's what it looks like more even than balancing, is like tying these two together. How do these two intersect, right? How have I learned to call upon both of these and to utilize these in my decisions and in my process as I move forward? That's the energy that I'm feeling from that. And then we have that coming up with the Seeker of Wands, which would be the Page of Wands. And so this is like creativity. This is like creativity, passion, excitement, which is interesting. I just feel like this is a whole, and it's really funny because what do we see tucked in the hat there? A letter, right? A message. That message vibe coming through really strongly here. And so for some of you guys, this process, you may have pulled back already and been in this process of learning how to speak your truth, learning how to become stable on your own, going through your own awakening process. You pulled back or somebody pulled back from you, right? And now a message is coming through. There might have been a lot of confusion about why this was happening. on one or both ends, or just a lot of confusion about the feelings in general and what was going on in the dynamic that caused this sort of separation. And now there's some sort of communication coming through. Yeah. And so when that communication comes through, like you want to balance and weigh everything that you've learned as you make the best choice and the best decision for you. But I mean, this is energy that's really highly indicative of, well, maybe not necessarily though. I was going to say highly indicative of a relationship, but it doesn't necessarily have to be. A new start in love doesn't mean a new start with a partner. It could be a new start in your own cycle of how you approach love and relationships. Yeah, so I'm thinking not for all of you, is this going to be something that is going to be received in the manner in which the message is intended. For some people, this may be a message seeking reconciliation. For others of you, this may simply be a message, some type of communication, some type of reaching out that maybe doesn't even necessarily go that far, but that sort of brings closure around the situation. So it's going to be different. It's going to be different for everyone, but whenever this comes through, right, you are going to have the opportunity to speak your truth. Whether you are the one delivering the message because you need to speak your truth and you feel secure enough to do that now, or whether they are delivering the message and then you are being called to speak your truth in that situation, to speak your truth and stand your ground and make the decision that you know is right for you in your heart. And then we have the Conqueror of Coins, which would be the King of Pentacles. All right, so we have the counterparts coming out there with the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. And then we have the Seven of Pentacles and the Five of Wands, right? And I don't typically read reversals, but I feel as though I may leave this one reversed. We'll see. We'll see how we're feeling these cards. And this is the Weaver Tarot, just in case anyone is enjoying these cards. They're absolutely beautiful. And so there has been, I mean, this has been whoever this individual is, right? There has definitely been a lot of conflict. There's been a lot of passion and a lot of conflict. And they've really stirred up and triggered a lot within you, right? And so, and there was a lot of work and a lot of time invested in the situation. But now there's not, right? That's why this is reversed. It's that break, that sort of parting of ways that had to happen in whatever way or fashion that happened. Just as a result of people needing to really look deep within themselves. But there was a lot of contentious energy, right? There was a lot of contentious energy, and there maybe still is, honestly. We have on the bottom of the deck the Nine of Swords, which is the mental entrapment. So let's see what else wants to come out, though. We have the Four of Wands and the Pillar. And the Pillar, I'm not sure what the Pillar is. Honestly, that's a card that I'm not 100% aware of what it is in this deck. I don't believe it's the Emperor. I know it's not the High Priestess. I don't believe it's the Hierophant. I don't know. But we have the Four of Wands, and we all know that the Four of Wands is the Union card, right? The card of bliss and happiness. And this is like the wish, right? The wish come true. Like you see the wishbone in the middle there. But I'm feeling this almost as like a wish that didn't come true. A wish that didn't come true, right? Okay. And then we have the Sovereign of Cups, which would be the Queen of Cups. So we got all the queens coming out here, you guys. And the Seeker of Coins, which would be the Page of Pentacles. All right, so Yeah. I'm feeling this cycling through of all of the different energy of the different queens, right? So we have the Queen of Pentacles, right? The stability, right? The nurturing, the stability. We have the Queen of Swords, which is that blunt, that very steadfast, confident energy that does not allow itself to be pushed around. Then we have the Queen of Cups, which is that emotional, that super emotional, nurturing, loving, intuitive kind of energy, right? With the Seeker of Coins. And so in this, it's like they're dangling. This card is really interesting. It's almost like they're dangling the wisdom. They're dangling the key. Everything is right there in front of you, available to you, right? All of the wisdom. The key to unlock whatever it is that you've been searching for, whatever it is that you've been seeking. The key to unlock it is within. The Seeker would be the Page, right? The Page of Pentacles. So once again, I'm feeling that slow moving offer or message. That slow moving offer that is yeah. Whatever for a lot of you guys, it is an offer that's coming through that promises to be everything that you wanted that may not have worked out in the past, right? Everything that you wanted that may not have worked out in the past. And so that's the decision that you get to make, is like, do I accept this or do I not? What is my own intuition telling me about this situation? What have I learned about this situation? And am I ready to apply that? Can I trust that, right? It's a lot of learning how to trust the self, I feel like. A lot of learning how to trust the self. And then the Eight of Cups. Walking away from which is no longer emotionally fulfilling. So I feel like for some of you guys, even though this promises to be the fulfillment of all your wishes, even though this is being offered to you, you don't necessarily believe it to be true, and you're going to walk away. That's what I'm feeling for quite a few of you. This isn't going to be true for everyone, of course, but I am feeling that energy. The energy of that choice and that decision to walk away and to do what you need to do for you, right? On the bottom of the deck again, now we have the Ten of Wands, which is putting the burdens down. Right. Let's get a couple Moonology cards. Clear. Tell us about this situation. Don't let pride get in your way. Confidence is your key to success. And the end of a tough cycle approaches. Okay, on the bottom of the deck, your hard work is paying off. So that's interesting. We have 2 Capricorn cards, if we count the bottom of the deck, and 2 Leo cards here. And so I feel as though there was a lot of issues of ego and pride. And I think that whatever happened in this situation, however it unfolded, it taught you, and possibly both of you, a lot about your own ego and the difference between confidence and pride, right? Confidence and ego. What is healthy? What is unhealthy, right? And what am I living from? Am I living from my ego, or am I living from my spirit, right? And I think that one of you, it was possibly very clear that that was the case, and the other one, it wasn't so clear. And so it was like an interesting situation of just understanding the different ways that pride and ego function, right? Like, it doesn't work the same for every person. And so, like, the stereotypic way that we think of somebody whose ego is running the show, whose pride is running the show, is not the same way that it looks for everyone, but that doesn't mean that we're still not experiencing aspects of that. And so, but I think it was a learning. It was like both people also needed to learn confidence, right? Because confidence, overconfidence, is a symptom of low confidence, right? When overconfidence turns into pride and it turns into that in your face kind of energy, right? That is a compensation. So it's possible that there was some energy of that. There's also the energy of just not feeling good enough and not feeling confident, right? That's why we talked about, that's why in this deck it all says the Sovereign of Cups, the Sovereign of Coins, right? The Sovereign of Swords, because it's that sovereignty, learning that personal sovereignty, right? And learning how to learn, like Leo energy is all about love, right? Leo can be incredibly boastful, incredibly proud, but that often is covering up feelings of insecurity, right? But Leo energy is also extremely warm and extremely kind and extremely playful. And so it's like all of those different aspects of that energy I'm feeling playing out. And also this, you know, the Capricorn energy is coming through strong. And so that Capricorn energy is all about learning how to define success in your own terms, right? To decide what that means for you and to live according to that, regardless of what anybody thinks or anybody says. Capricorn is actually another sign that can fall into that energy of receiving applause and enjoying that applause, right? Like Capricorn is naturally an ambitious sign, a sign that likes to overcome, a sign that likes to be in control, in charge, right? And so Capricorn energy, because they can be so successful and hit all these outer marks, right? Like the car, the house, the this, the that, whatever it is. And it doesn't have to be physical things. It can be other things too, depending on what matters to you and the people around you, right? But the stuff where people will applaud, they'll give the pats on the back. And if Capricorn's it isn't careful, they can get caught up in that energy. So it's the same energy as the Leo energy, right? That energy of playing to the crowd, that energy of validation, right? And all of that different stuff. So there are a lot of these different issues, these different things that we're playing out, I feel, in this relationship, in this interaction. And that's what I'm getting more than anything from these cards. But there's a lot of work that was done in these areas, right? A lot of overcoming of pride, a lot of overcoming of ego, and a lot of heavy work on the self to understand, to tap out of that ego energy, right? In its negative, in its unenlightened form, and into this energy of confidence, and to really know what that feels like and what that means. And this was not an easy cycle, right? This was not an easy cycle, and it required a lot of intense spiritual work. That's where we have this Hermit card coming in, right? But that work is paying off, and the end of this cycle is approaching one way or another. And we have new cycles coming in, right? And then we have You Are Good Enough, right? Full moon in Virgo. So yeah, that confidence energy, that energy of knowing your worth, right? Knowing your power, knowing your worth. That Virgo can be the energy that it is a bit nitpicky, right? And in its lower vibration, because Virgo energy is that perfectionist type energy. So really understanding where you were hard on yourself and where you were too hard on others, and vice versa, where you were allowing others to be too hard on you because you were critical of yourself. I feel that energy coming through too, right? And so this energy of nurturing versus martyrdom, right? Like, when am I being, because Virgo is the sign of the servant. When am I being helpful and being supportive, right? And when am I allowing myself to get walked all over? This was another thing, and that's where that Queen of Swords energy comes in, right? Cutting that out, preventing that from getting rid of that, basically, right? Standing up for the self and placing those firm boundaries and reinforcing those boundaries. So just all of these issues of self-worth in any different way that they presented themselves were another factor here. And so there's energy that needs to be released. What do you need to release? And for some of you, it is this relationship. It is this person, at least for right now. because perhaps there has been some growth, but perhaps there hasn't been enough growth. And maybe some of you are seeing growth, right? But at the same time, it's just, you know that there's more growth that you still want to do. And you know that you need to do that alone. But what else do you need when it comes to beliefs about yourself, about your capabilities, about your worthiness? What do you need to release there too? That's a question that's coming up that Spirit wants you to ask yourself. Continue to release that. And then luck is on your side. Whatever is going to happen, like the outcome, everything is happening, is unfolding for the highest good, is what I'm feeling there. All right, and now I want to see, do we have any final guidance here? Yeah, I want to pull a Divine Feminine Oracle. Clear. Any closing guidance in this situation here? For some of you guys, you may not walk away. You may attempt this again, and then it's going to be a great barometer of your growth, right? To see if things begin, if there isn't that even give and take, if it turns out that things have not improved and that you are still receiving less than what it is you deserve, are you going to speak up for that? And are you going to then leave if you need to? That may be an option that some of you find yourselves with, or a growth opportunity as this goes along. Nope. We want to get really clear. Any closing advice from the Divine Feminine? Any closing advice? Okay. Ooh. Oh, this is gorgeous. I haven't seen the Kali card in this deck. It says, Kali, the mother of the universe. I release all that doesn't serve me. It's time to be the truth of who I am. Right? So we had, what do you need to release? And then we have, I release all that doesn't serve me. And what was the final cup in the tarot was the Eight of Cups, walking away from that which is not emotionally fulfilling. So there's a heavy theme right now of releasing and walking away if that is what needs to happen. Like, that energy is coming through super strong, you guys. We have Thekla, the prophetess of true power. I call my power back from all times and all places. I am my own. Interesting. And we have Lolita, the red goddess. Playfulness is a spiritual power. Laughter leads me back to the light. So I like that, ending it on a lighthearted note, right? And then that Isis on the bottom of the deck. The goddess of magic. Sexual energy is sacred. My pleasure is a prayer that brings me back to life. And so I feel that there's a high sexual charge to this relationship as well. And that may be a factor that plays into this also. And something that needs to be looked at. So this is like a heavy themes of calling back the power, right? Stepping into your sovereignty, like we talked about, the sovereign energy, becoming sovereign, building your confidence, building your self-worth, knowing that you are good enough, that you deserve all of the things, right? You deserve all of the happiness, all of the joy, all of the laughter, right? And releasing everything that doesn't bring you that. This is that heavy energy of stepping into your truth, stepping into calling back your power. This relationship, this situation gave you the opportunity to do that. And that is absolutely beautiful. And for some of you guys, it may give you the opportunity to do that again and again, right? Depending on what you decide and what route you choose. But that is, if you are relating to this video, the message for you is to pay attention to that. Whatever you choose, right? Whatever route you go, whatever path you decide on, pay attention to those situations. Am I able to be authentic? Am I able to take back my power? Notice if those opportunities are coming up to do that, because that is what you are meant to be learning. How do I stand in my truth? How do I stand in my power? How do I be my own authority first and foremost? How do I love and nurture myself? How am I shown that I am worthy? If I know that I am worthy, how is that reflected in my outer relationships? And if that's not, is there more work that needs to be done there, right? Really stepping into your power, stepping into your truth, releasing all that doesn't serve over and over and over again. That's what we do, right? And really becoming clear about what it is, what does serve me and what does not. And something that's going to help is this energy of playfulness and laughter. Do I feel like this, right? If I don't feel like this, then where is the disconnect, and how can I change that, right? It's like, I feel for some of you guys, this process of remembering who you are and then beginning to forget again, and then remembering again and then beginning to forget again, until every time you forget a little less and you stay centered in who you are a little more, until that's all you know, right? Which is absolutely beautiful. For some of you guys, this is also a reclaiming of your sacred sexual energy. You're calling back your power. You're calling back your sexual energy, right? I'm feeling that hermit vibe coming through strong for some of you guys. Like, that is the choice that some of you are going to make, to call, just understanding and seeking out that pleasure in life, right? Playfulness, laughter, pleasure, really seeking that out and seeing if that doesn't exist. Do I want to indulge in things and put my attention on things that do not give me that do not bring me that, right? All right. I love you guys so much. I appreciate you so very, very much. If you are struggling with this, call on Kali. Ask her to assist you in releasing what doesn't serve, in facing your shadow, in facing whatever it is that you may have yet to see in the situation within yourself, so that you can continue to claim your power and step forward. Call on Thekla too. She's like, hey, what about me? They're all like, what, you know, I like Kali, right? But you can call on Thekla. You can call on Lolita to bring more joy and playfulness into your life. You can call on Isis for really anything and everything. It says sacred sexual energy, right? But Isis is the goddess of 10,000 names. She embodies all aspects. So you can call on her for anything, right? But it's really tapping into your magic, tapping into your power, tapping into your truth, and releasing all that does not represent that. All right. I love you guys so much. I appreciate you. If you liked this video, hit that like button. There are links down below if you want to donate to my channel. My email is also in the description box below, along with my different services. I offer personal readings. I offer really powerful, beautiful energy healings that are done remotely. I have clients all over the country, even some in different parts of the world, okay? So it doesn't matter where you are. If you would like assistance with that, if you would like to receive a healing, please reach out to me. I would love to do that for you. Until we speak again, I love and I appreciate every single one of you. Have an incredible October. November, sorry. November is all about, this is the final stages of our empowerment process, right? If you watch the 1111 portal video, if you watch the Pluto Jupiter video that I'm about to put out, right? I just finished getting the material together for that today, and I will be putting that out tomorrow, most likely, right? And the new moon that's coming up in Scorpio. This energy is, it's like we've been working on our empowerment for the whole second half of 2020 of really developing that sacred masculine energy, right? Which exists within all of us. And now this is where the rubber hits the road. This is where we put into practice everything that we've learned. And so you guys are getting an incredible opportunity to do that. Many of you have been having, this is not a new opportunity. You've been in and out and in the middle of this for a while, right? But this is the opportunity to do that. You are right in line with these energies, you guys. And I have complete confidence in every single one of you. You are so worthy. Believe in yourself, because I believe in you.